Welcome to A Drop of Happy, where we focus on carefree, stress well, light and lively living while reviewing and discussing all things entertainment and wellness. I am your host, Wanda Toby, and today I want to talk about weight loss drugs, particularly Ozempic, but not really particularly Ozempic, but all the new drugs that are on the market. I want to talk about that and how we be wanting to do right, but we don't really want to do right. We be wanting to look slim, trim, and whatever else, but we don't want to do what it takes to do it. Or we might want to, but we don't do it. We definitely want the easy way out. In these two articles, baby. Ugh. But before we get into that, journal prompt. Your journal prompt, your reflective moment. What do you love about yourself? What do you love about your body? What do you love about yourself? It could be physical, it could be personality, it could be, whatever. But what do you love about yourself? Because we're about to talk about things that we don't love about ourselves. And before we get into that, that is your journal prompt, moment of reflection. You know, I'm all about journaling. So pick up a journal and write some stuff down. And in this case, big yourself up. What do you love about yourself? All right, before we get into it, this isn't the first article. This is one of the articles I'm going to talk about. So here we go. Kate Moss's sister, who is also a model. I'm just going to read this title. And as usual, I will link the article on the page so you could follow up. But Kate Moss's sister issues warning after Ozempic overdose. Worst decision I ever made. We're gonna come back to that because so many questions. But the next article, the first article that I really want to touch base on, that one piggybacks off of it. Did y'all know this article was published in The Hill a couple weeks ago, maybe last week? 1 in 4 adults would consider using weight loss drugs without a prescription. Yeah. What? I mean, I'm not surprised so much so because a lot of people try to find weight loss things through teas, through over-the-counter pills, listen. So honestly, I'm not surprised. The only thing is some of these new pills and medicines, they're meant for something else, and they're using them as a side because the benefits happen to be weight loss. The article starts off with around 25% of U.S. adults said they would consider using prescription weight loss medication like Ozempic or Wegovy without consulting their doctor, according to a new study from the Ohio State University's Wexner Medical Center. Researchers found, why can't I say researchers? Okay, there we go. Researchers found that those considering using the drugs without a physician's approval cite lower prices without prescription, 18%, lack of insurance coverage, 15%, inability to obtain a prescription, 9%, or lack of availability at the pharmacy, 6%, as primary response, per the study released. Medical experts, however, adamantly warn patrons about the dangers of not consulting a physician prior to seeking alternatives. Because, let's pause, because what are the alternatives that you're looking for? Because I'm thinking you talking about street drugs? What are you talking about? Because you don't know necessarily what you're putting in your body. Now, okay, if you're talking about like over the counter stuff, herbal stuff, but still, what alternatives are you talking about? Because it's not the same. It's really important for those who want to lose weight to first discuss options with their doctor. It is not one size fits all, and every medication can have risk and side effects, said Shengi Mao, an Ohio State internal medicine physician. A trusted doctor can go through a patient's medical history and current medications to assess their particular risks and benefits. Ozempic and other alternatives have come into the spotlight as options to help curb appetite and slow the emptying of the stomach. The medication, however, was originally developed to regulate blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes, the researcher noted. These weight loss drugs may be effective for some people, but they can cause serious side effects, and the weight may return after they stop taking them. So, okay, let me just wrap up because there's not much more to go in the article. Some studies have also shown that the drugs can lower risk of heart attack, stroke, or cardiovascular death. Semaglutide, the active ingredient in the weight loss medication, was approved in March for improving heart health in those suffering with obesity or other issues. The World Health Organization and Food and Drug Administration have also warned about counterfeit products hitting the market. Listen, because there's people that will counterfeit anything. You hear me? Anything. So I'm not surprised about that. The Ohio study, which surveyed 1,006 adults between August 16th and 18th, has a margin of error plus or minus 3.8%, blah, 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 blah. So keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind as I go to the next article. Back to Kate Moss's sister. So listen to this, which, oof, because why would you do this? Kate Moss's sister issued a warning to anyone taking Ozempic after the English model was rushed to the hospital. Okay, I'm just gonna give y'all the short version, okay? Well, this I'm not gonna give y'all the short version because this article is pretty short as it is. So let's just get into it. Lottie, 26, admitted she took Ozempic for 2 weeks a few months ago. At the time, she had not been feeling happy about her weight. Let's pause because sis, how much did you weigh? You are a model. How much did you weigh? 10 more pounds than light as a feather? I'm not trying to shade, but how much did you really weigh? I had a friend and she could get it for me, Lottie explained during an episode of her Dream On with Lottie Moss podcast. It was kind of below board. You, you think? It was from a doctor, but it wasn't like you go into a doctor's office and he prescribed it for you. He takes your blood pressure and takes tests, which is what you would need when you go on something like Ozempic. So, sis, I'm pausing here. So, sis, if you already knew this, why did why why did we go through with this? If you already knew it was a little shady, why? Please explain this to me. Parce que, mwen pa ka kompwen. For you guys that don't understand, because I don't understand. That's what I just said in Creole. The British model acknowledged that Ozempic was not really meant for weight loss of people that aren't of a very large size. Again, what is happening here? Because you already know this, so clearly she has a problem in this case. She might have some type of eating disorder or self-esteem issue or something like that, because you already know you're not supposed to be taking this. All right. Ozempic, also known as semaglutide, was originally created for patients with type 2 diabetes, but has been widely used for weight loss. Yes, we are aware. When I was taking it, the amount that I was taking was actually meant for people who were 220 pounds and over. And I'm in the 110 range, Lottie said. So it's these small things that I wish I'd known before taking it. See, because a simple Google search, sis, here's the thing. You did not care. You did not care. You weren't thinking about it at the time. You weren't thinking to look it up. As many articles and things that have been out talking about these drugs, sis, you did not care. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be like, oh, I wish somebody would have told me. Uh-uh. You did not want to know. So come on. Lottie then encouraged listeners not to take Ozempic. See, when I tell you, this is quote, when I tell you it was the worst decision I ever made. So if this is a warning to anyone, please, if you're thinking of taking it, do not take it. It's so not worth it, Lottie said. I would rather die any day than take it again. It made me feel so nauseous. Okay. Okay. Sis, see, this is the problem I have. You cannot tell people not to take it. Why don't you tell people that weigh 110 pounds not to take it? Why don't you tell people to go follow? It was not meant for you, boo. What? There are other people that they've consulted their doctor. It's very appropriate for. They have type 2 diabetes, or they're on the verge of, a health scare or what have you, because that person may be obese or morbidly obese or really overweight. And so no, you can't just blanket tell people not to take it because your dumbass took it. She goes on to say, I think I started at about 132 pounds and went down to 125 pounds with the first dose. Then I went down to 119 pounds. It was crazy. I think my lowest was 116. In terms of a few weeks, that's not a healthy weight loss, and that's not a healthy drop. Hey. So you took it the first time. Then you took it another time. Then you took it another time. And you didn't think at any point in time that, wait a minute. I mean, one thing I'm glad you're sharing your story. If it makes you feel better about yourself. But what? I felt so sick one day. I said to my friend, I can't keep any water down. I can't keep any food down. No liquids, nothing. I need to go to the hospital. I feel really sick. Lottie claims she finally made a visit to the emergency room where the 26-year-old model had a seizure due to dehydration. A spokesperson for Ozempic manufacturer Novo Nordisk told Fox News Digital in a statement, we understand and emphasize with the health challenges this patient has faced. While we cannot comment on this particular incident, we care deeply about the safety and well-being of patients who take our medications and strongly recommend that all patients maintain close contact with their healthcare professional for proper diagnosis, appropriate treatment, and ongoing guidance and careful monitoring. It was also noted that Ozempic is for patients with type 2 diabetes and is a prescription-only medication, meaning it must be prescribed by a healthcare professional and should be taken as prescribed under strict supervision. Parents must make any decisions about treatment together with their healthcare professionals so that their doctor can assess whether it is appropriate to prescribe the medication or not based on their assessment of the patient's individual medical profile. Assessing prescription-only medications without a valid prescription poses a direct danger to health. Above all, patient safety is our okay, blah 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 blah. So so I think we all can agree what Homegirl did wasn't very smart. I think we can all agree that even though it wasn't very smart, is she alone? No. No. Because I'm going to go around back to initially, we don't want to do the things that we should do. Diet, appropriate, I want to say diet. I'm not going to say diet, but eating well, eating better than we eat, an appropriate, well balanced diet, and getting up and moving, working out, exercising, moving your body, doing those things that are good for mind, body, and soul. And we're not even talking about, you don't have to go pump weights. You don't have to, although if you're older, you should, because we lose muscle mass as we get older. But move. A lot of people are not moving, or not, we're living this sedentary lifestyle. I mean, case in point, it was 5 o'clock, 5:30, actually 6. I didn't go to the gym. I looked down at my watch to see how many steps I had, and I am embarrassed to say it was a little over 1,000 steps. 1,000 steps. Literally, I rolled out my bed, got in my computer, and worked. It was 6 o'clock. 1,000 steps. So I did take my booty for a walk, and I got a few more. And I have to remind myself to do better, because I don't want to take Ozempic. I don't want to be the 1 in 4 people that's willing to take it without a prescription. But it, the girl said, I weigh 120. I'm gonna go take Ozempic. Girl, mind you, she's a model, so you know she's at least 5'7", 5'6". Come on now. The moral of the story is not that you cannot take weight loss drugs. Follow with your physician. Follow with your doctor's orders. Don't get into shady business, and you know it's shady business, but you take it anyway. It's a recipe for disaster, a recipe for problems, a recipe for future issues. So, although we would love, like, listen, I'm about to go on a trip, and I would love to lose about a good 20 pounds. Oh, that sounds wonderful. But I'm gonna try to do it a way that's long lasting and more effective, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Just get up and move. How about that? Move. Let's start with that. Because nothing, when you think, oh, it's a quick and easy fix. No, it's not a quick and easy fix. Know that it is not a quick and easy fix. Like, share, subscribe. Come on back. Litev.com, LITEVI.com. A drop of happy, where all streamings are streamed. I feel like I should talk about the next thing, but I'm just going to wait till the next time. So in the meantime, in between time, remember to live light and stress well. And thank you for listening.